All right. We are back with our second of 3 consecutive episodes with the legend Mike Morris. Got to tell you, the man just keeps coming out with games. We could go beyond the game PE Mike Morris. We could have our own hashtag, our own channel. That's how good this gentleman is in creating activities. So, a little background for this activity. I did it today. So I'll tell you a little bit of story about that as we get the game rolling. But Mike is from North Carolina, teaches at 2 schools. Go back to the last episode if you want to find out more, or catch him on the Voxcast where he talks about his game. So here we go. Let's share this screen and we will get rolling with AddemUp. So Mike, want to tell us a little bit about this when you see it come up? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right.
So, students are in groups of 3 or more, and you have a batter who strikes the dice off the tee, and the fielder looks at the number that it lands on and writes it on the score sheet, and then proceeds to go put the dice on the cone and strike it off. And at the end of the game, they add their scores up. So we got a little math integration, number recognition, and striking skills.
All right. Now, why are they hustling so fast to get to the dice? Is that any aspect of the game, or were they just excited to play?
They were just excited to see what number they got.
Interesting, because usually I try to put a motivation in there to get that fitness component there, but they seem to want to run there by themselves, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we know the what because of the GLO, right? You want to tell them real quick for the people out there, what was the GLO for this?
Yeah, that was strikes a ball off a cone or tee using correct grip and side orientation, proper body orientation. So you're looking for that favorite hand on top, hands together, and standing to the side.
Very nice. So with the kids, did they come up with the why? What was the why for this lesson?
The why was because, we're striking with long handle implements using games like softball and baseball. That was a 2nd grade class.
I like it.
This was about a year ago.
And the how was there, so we are good to go. So where in the activity, where in the lesson or unit was that activity?
This was actually my target activity. After we worked on hitting a ball off a tee, and we practiced hitting the ball off a tee, and then we added AddemUp. So, and then the next lesson we practiced again, and we played a little 2-person baseball. And that was a 2nd grade class. So.
No, sorry, I had an MD class of kids that are together, and there's 3 kids in there, and they want to do hitting stuff all the time. And there's only so many times I could lob the ball, try to hit the chair. We're playing in the gym, and I'm playing with one kid and the other. And today, for some reason, I think because you shared this with me, popped in my head, let's get the dice on there. Let's turn this into the math game. And then I do a movement math class this year where every trimester I get either a 4th grade class, a 5th grade class, or 6th grade class, and we do movement math. And this is my next lesson coming up in there. Well, I'll have them multiply and use the whiteboards on there. So I love the easy implementation of math for it, especially at 2nd grade for that level on there. Anything else we need to know about the activity?
I saw a adaptation on Twitter the other day from Mike Graham. He was doing, it's called Home Run Dice Derby, and he is using iPads and I think the app was called Scorekeeper XL. So it's pretty much the same activity, except instead of using pencil and paper, he's got an iPad for each group, and they just add their score using Scorekeeper XL. So I thought that was pretty neat.
That is neat. Anytime you can get a dude like Mike Graham taking your stuff and making it better, that's good. He's another creative fella out there who I like stealing a lot of his stuff on there. Equity in the activity. Did you have to change anything because kids were either smashing it or had difficulty?
Not this one. If they were smashing it, I mean, they still had to let the dice stop rolling. So I didn't have anybody hit it in the bleachers, which that might be a problem with your older kids. And at that school, hitting it in the bleachers, then we have to roll it. Or if they pick it up too early, just roll it.
All right. So let's go over the depth of knowledge, right? So obviously you're going over how to properly stand, how to hold the bat, all those things, and the skills are the hitting. Was there any strategic thinking or extended thinking going on with that? Any strategy or some way that you're putting the thought process on the child?
With this one, I guess so. Hitting the dice, making sure you keep your eyes on it, and not hitting the cone, because that's a problem we come across a lot. They'll hit the cone or the tee, and I mean the good thing about using dice, you gotta have skill to hit them or to throw them. But this activity, you can be the winner by pure luck.
Absolutely. And I think for the DOK 3, the strategic thinking, that would be that simple questioning of why did your bat hit the tee? Right. So now they have to figure out, what's going on, either with the hitch in my swing or the downward angle, or I'm too close, I'm too far away, or it was too high or too low, or whatever it is. So I think that may fall into there as well. Let's talk assessment. How did you assess for here?
Looking for side orientation and proper hand grip.
All right, so the students, so you're going around, you have your checklist, and then you're going through. With that, all right, now let's go over the hard part, extending the activity. So if we could think of a way to make this game better, right, with my kids, I always introduce a game, and then we'll do the builds or whatever, and my last build or two is always what rule changes do you want to implement, and then we vote on it as a class. If half the class votes to let it go through, I'll say motion passed. They have no idea what I'm saying that for, but it makes me laugh, and I go. So what could we do to make this activity even better?
Well, instead of them adding it up, you have them multiply it, or when they hit the dice, they can add run to the cones, add a cone, and add another way to score points, and then add those two.
I like that. So yeah, if you hit the dice, you can use that as the multiplier of going back on the cones. Second grade, obviously that'd be a little difficult, but you could still add them together. I was thinking maybe at that level, if we go odds and evens, you do just bonus rounds out of nowhere. All right, this round, if you hit an odd, it doubles the point total on there. Now you could bring in the odds and evens or something similar to that. I think to keep that novelty and engagement up and throw a monkey wrench in it.
Or maybe you can add 2 dice. Once you hit them off, you add the 2 numbers up, stack them back up. Whoever has the highest score.
Yeah, I like that. Another one, maybe if you hit a 1, you get another chance to hit it again, because now you're like, oh, I hit a 1. That's horrible. But now if you hit a 1, that actually could be a bonus, because now you can get a 7 instead of a 6 if you had hit the grand salami on the dice on a 6. So anyway, we mess with the rules and keep the engagement. It's always a positive thing. All right. Anything else we need to know, sir, before we wrap this up?
I think that's it for that one. Add her up.
All right. Add her up by Mike Morris. Love it.